Guys, it is sad time because JJK is over. It's gonna be ending in the next 4 chapters, guys. It is honestly really sad because JJK had so much potential as a series, and personally for me, I felt like that ever since Shibuya incident it has been slowly but steadily heading downhill. And this most recent chapter and the fact that we only got 4 more chapters left kind of proves to me that JJK has gone downhill. And this is just my opinion. You know, if you're loving JJK, that's a good thing, but for me personally, I don't think I'm loving it. If you're an anime only or you haven't read the newest manga chapter, this is gonna be spoilers for 267, most recent chapter of the manga when currently recording. So if you don't want any spoilers, then you can click off now. But the big thing that happened this chapter, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, you already know what I'm talking about. Nobara is back, and this has a lot of mixed feelings from not just me, but also I feel like the community as well. Some people are absolutely livid. They're like, yes, yes, JJK is back, Nobara is back, yes. And to me and some of the rest of the community were like, yeah, this is kind of a loss. This is kind of a lose, guys. What the hell, KK? Because, like I said, we only have 4 more chapters left. Nobara is introduced at basically the 5th last chapter of the series, which means that she's gonna get no development, no character growth. We're not gonna see any more of her personality, really. We're only gonna see little bits and tidbits here and there, and we're not gonna see what we had hoped for. Because Nobara, she was in the Big 4, the Squadron. We even get to see that in the cover art today in this chapter. She was the 4. She was in the 4. And she was gone for over 150 chapters. More than half of the series. I feel like Panda, fucking Panda, has been around and had more relevance than Nobara. Meaning that, yes, it is cool that Nobara is helping out Yuji, but we never got to see her in any more fights. This is her last and final fight, and it's such a shame because she had so much potential. She was a fan favorite character. She was loved. She was different. She was unique. And she gets cut until the very end. And don't even get me started on the plot hole that this creates, because we've had a panel in the Calling Games arc of Megumi and Yuji talking about Nobara's situation. Literally, Yuji asked Megumi, hey, what happened to Nobara? And Megumi can't even say anything, implying that she is dead, like dead. But this would make no sense because Megumi should have known the state that she was in. She was in a coma for the entire time, apparently. And the reason why they didn't want to tell Yuji was because the Sukuna fight that was coming up, telling Yuji that Nobara was in a coma would have like swayed his mental prowess or whatever. But Megumi should have totally known. So him saying nothing makes absolutely no fucking sense, because he should have just been like, hey Yuji, you know, Nobara's in a coma. And it would have been way before the Sukuna fight. I don't think it would have affected Yuji, and I think it actually would have helped boost his mental image, because like he knows that his friend is alive, that his efforts were not in vain. Editing FakeyMcFake here. The leaks for 268 came out. You can skip to the next like 30 seconds or this timestamp here in order to avoid it. But basically, I just wanted to say it's kind of confirmed that Megumi did not know about Nobara coming back, which puts even bigger plot holes in the story, because why would they have not told Yuji or Megumi if literally everyone else knew about it? Literally makes no sense. You're literally just keeping them from their own happiness knowing their friend is alive. What the fuck? And also, this whole thing just takes away from the Nobara death scene. I do have some problems with the original Nobara death, quote unquote, because I feel like it was kind of forced and it was just kind of out of nowhere and it didn't really add anything too much. But for the people that felt that, they were like emotionally affected, and Yuji as a character, because the whole point of her death was to push Yuji, it kind of just loses all that now that she's back. And we got Hakari and Urame. They are getting Gege's bread and butter, the off-screen treatment. Do you know if the character is alive or dead? I don't know, it's off-screen. Here's a manga panel of what happened. They're getting the off-screen treatment, guys. I'm sorry, it's just a fact, and I fucking hate it because I wanted to see this fight so badly. Hakari was such a goated character, bro. Let me see more of his potential. Let me see more of his fights, bro. Editing FakeyMcFake here one more time. Leaks for 268, guys. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like Urame and Hakari did get off screen. Their fight is over. It got off screen. Let's go, bro. Sukuna got defeated, and Hakari and Urame said, okay, we're done. Pack it up. Let's go home. And also, the merger? What the Sigma? What merger are you talking about, bro? Apparently there is no merger because it's not gonna fucking happen. Because apparently Sukuna is basically kind of confirmed to be dead at the end of this chapter. So the merger is just not gonna happen. So what was the fucking point of setting up the merger, like this big thing, this big event that was gonna happen, if it's not even gonna happen at all? It's not even gonna remotely happen. And that kind of makes Kenjaku kind of a shit villain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna spill my full thoughts. He was set up as this big threat, not because of his power, but because of his plan. Because it's a big plan that was gonna happen that was gonna affect the entire world. You know, he was even getting the US government involved. Remember that, guys? He even got the US government involved in this big plan. And this was gonna be the huge game changer. And it's not even gonna happen at all. I mean, I agree with Gege. I think the series is being a little drawn out, especially in the Sukuna fight. Like, I don't think it needed to be this long. But the merger? We wanted to see at least what the merger was. So that at least Kenjaku's big plan being set up this entire time, at least we got to see it in action at least a little bit. I mean, I don't think it was gonna succeed. I think Yuji was gonna stop it or whatever, but like, at least we need to see it, bro. And no matter how you slice it, and this is just the truth, the JJK, these next 4 chapters, I don't think we can get a satisfying ending with the time that we got left and the stuff that we still need to know and the stuff that was being set up. And I know that some people are saying, JJK peak, it's back because Nobara's back, but guys, fan service aside, all right, the story that was being set up from the beginning, the stuff that was being implied, it looks like a good chunk of that stuff is not happening. And honestly, that does not make for a satisfying ending, all right? Gojo can come back next chapter. Choso, Yuki, Hirugama, even fucking Kashimo could come back, and I don't think it would excuse the rush ending that we're about to get. And I'm not too hyped about this, I'm not gonna lie, but I will stick through because, hey, I've come this far. Anyway, that's my thoughts and feelings. I just want to let you guys know that before the end is near. So leave a comment down below on what you think. Remember to like and subscribe because I'm definitely going to be making a JJK video in the future because I need to spill more of my thoughts on this series. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and adios. Bye-bye. You're telling me! You're telling me she was able to dodge all those fucking attacks from earlier? And Mahito just runs up straight up and she just stands there. My god, guys, this whole scene is almost implying like she was supposed to die. It's almost like her coming back was never implied to begin with. It's almost like Gege intended for her to die. And he said, oh, wait. Might have pulled the trigger a little too fast. All right, character coming. She's not actually gonna die. He's focusing on Nanami! Almost like Nanami was the only planned death this arc!